kiss just a kiss? We are talking about Hershey's Kisses and their iconic shape. It's at the center of tonight's night court, which we're calling a food court. The chocolatier is facing a lawsuit from California-based The Cookie Department, arguing that what Hershey calls its conical configuration is actually a universal symbol. And Hershey's claims that the use of a similar shape on its packaging does not constitute trademark infringement. Are you confused yet? Don't be. Not just sweet talk. Night Court is now in session with attorney and host of the Law Junkie podcast, Ethan Bearman, along with criminal defense attorney David Bruno. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Hello, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Okay, so a Hershey's Kiss versus a chocolate chip, are they the same? Are they different? Here's what we have in the Exhibit A from the complaint. Hershey seeks to prevent TCD, this is the cookie department, from continuing to offer its goods using a stylized chocolate chip teardrop imagery, which TCD has used since at least as early as 2009, and which Hershey's now belatedly, 11 years after the fact, claims is infringing Hershey's trademark and trade dress and conical configuration, collectively the Kisses marks. Ethan.
Well, Hershey's has very successfully trademarked the Hershey Kisses in many different forms over the decades. I mean, this is the Hershey's Kiss,
he's got
which
props.
Of course I love. And it is iconic. Everybody recognizes this. I don't think that there's a single person in the United States who doesn't recognize it. That's one of the first key parts of this. It's properly registered. It's easily identifiable to the consumer. Then we have to apply something called the LAP test, LAPP, under the Lanham Act to see if it's going to be confusing to consumers. This is a multi-factor test, and they want to look at things to see how similar they are and if it's confusing to consumers, but also, again, how strongly the trademark is identifiable and how strongly Hershey's defends it, which they do vigorously.
Listen, I don't think most people eating Hershey Kisses or chocolate chips know about the Lanham Act. Some of them are smart like you, and they do. But let's go to Exhibit D, or B as in boy. This is from Reuters. It's talking about this lawsuit. It says Hershey's invented Hershey's Kisses in 1907, and according to court papers, has had related trademark registration since at least 1976, David. They say this is their deal.
Yeah, Shannon, they're not the same, though. I mean, the Kiss has the wrap. It has the piece of paper coming up at the top. And if this were even true, then every single candy manufacturer, basically on every shelf in the grocery store, must redo their chocolate chips. I mean, we're talking about chocolate chips versus the Kiss. And that's what's critical here. I mean, hey, this is leverage at its best. Because what happened was the cookie department first had a lawsuit that started in December. And that was another trademark copyright infringement against Hershey's, where Hershey's is using
these two are coming after each other.
Yeah, but the cookie department was first with their first lawsuit, and it was used for a long period of time before Hershey's even comes up with this argument, and is right in the middle of litigation. So timing is very fishy here. Not to mention that they're not selling the same product.
It might be a
logo that they're challenging.
It might be a little bit of back and forth with these dueling lawsuits over their different trademarks and names and that kind of thing. But I want to highlight something in Exhibit C, talking about a point that David made there. It says, if Hershey can claim the rights to any and all teardrop-shaped chocolate, shouldn't the brand also be going after chocolate chip manufacturers like Ghirardelli? And I'm never sure I'm saying that right, but you're in California, so you can tell me, Ethan. Most baking aisle chocolate chips do, after all, feature teardrop-shaped chips on their packaging. Ethan.
Well, there's two parts of that. First off, it is Ghirardelli, which is fantastic chocolate as well. But they don't use stylized imagery like the cookie department is using in their logo, and that time differential is not going to be a determinant factor here, that they started using it in 2009 and now Hershey's wants to go after them. Furthermore, what's interesting about the chocolate chip manufacturers is, like this picture of these Hershey's Kisses cookies on the back of the packaging, they usually use an actual chip, and that as opposed to the stylized image.
Let me make sure we give David a quick final word here. Quick final argument.
Yeah, like you said, Shannon, I mean, they're going back and forth against each other. And if the cookie department is wrong for that logo, and by the way, it's on a baking sheet. It's not a candy. They're not even in the same, they're not selling the same products. It's on a baking sheet that is a cookie chip, not the Kiss.
All
That's
right,
the big.
we're going to need to do some field research on this, gentlemen, I think, just to get to the bottom of it. But we'll let folks know how it proceeds. Ethan and David, thank you both very much.